Let's rock and roll. I hope that. Let's go. Alright, alright. So, I'm going to show you guys how to swing trade for pretty much maximum beginners. I'm going to be covering everything from. Like terminology to like indicators and everything. And from that, I'm going to be able to do some stuff. I know it's really descriptive, but I'm just going to show you guys which is pretty much the best one. And as you can see, I only have one screen right now, so you can't really see. I can't really see my chat. But please either put it on the Discord or say something in the chat. I'm gonna try to check on it every now and then. But I'm gonna show you how I trade. Alright, so, oh man, where's my clear drawing set? I had troubles with this earlier. Remove drawings, clear drawing set. Alright, so the first things that you're gonna need are these indicators. I'm gonna let you put them in there. And while that's happening, I'm gonna look if there's any questions in the chat. But you guys can look. So I'm going to go see if there's anything in the Discord. I have it open on my phone so I can hear it. Alright, so now that you guys have all that set, I'm going to tell you what each one is for and how you can use it. So, this is the 180-day EMA. No, SMA, Simple Moving Average. I put it as blue, not green, because I need to distinguish between the 15 and 120 EMA and SMA. So this is used for determining direction. It can also determine direction. You can use it as a support and resistance. You can also use it as a what's it called? Basically a trend line. So this is the 180-day SMA, Simple Moving Average. So you can come over here. So every single time it hits one of these, it's either going to act as a support or a resistance. And some of the time when it's coming up, most of the time it acts as a resistance. So like right here, it went up and then plummeted back down and then went up again, and now it's going to use it as a support for the rest of the time. So now it went like this. Did a pullback under it, and then use it as a support. So you can see resistance, 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 support. So every other time it's going to be the more supports that you have, the more likely it's going to become a resistance. So that's how it's going to work. So now you can see that it's a overall upward trend. And so that's basically how you use the EMA. So you can determine direction. Now, when I say, so that's when you use to determine direction. So this is short-term direction. I'm going to go check that. This is short-term direction. Now, this is a 15 EMA. And this determines if it's pulling back or not. So you can see it doesn't get above it, doesn't get above it, doesn't get above it. It keeps using it as a resistance, resistance, resistance. If you bought here, you would have been tough luck. But if it went way up the next day. So it used it as resistance, 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 support. And that's when you need to know when to buy. Because when it uses it as a support, it's indicated its direction that it's going up. And then I'm going to show you the volume. If there's an abnormally high volume, it's either going to spike up or down. So now you can see that there's a pretty high volume here. It spiked up, and there's a pretty high volume here, so it spiked down. It just determines which way it spikes. So I'm going to show you one thing really quick. This is the MACD. So this is the MACD, these red lines and green lines. So this determines if it's making money or not. So you can see the company's not making money, not making money, not making money, making money, making money, making money, making money. And then you see these things here. If there's more than 2 or 3, it's probably a reversal. So you can see that that's a pullback. That's 1. That's just a pullback. It's 2. Now it went up 1. Now it went back 1. But it went up 20% the other day. So I'm not really worried about it. And so if we look at this, you can see that used it as a support. So now this is just thinking for underlying trends. So then you got to use this. These are the DMA lines. So when they cross and they start to expand, if the green line starts to go on top of the purple line, it means that it is confirmed its direction up. And it also can tell you when to buy and when to sell. So if you were to buy right here, you would think it's going to go back up. It kept on going back up, and green, 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 green. You wouldn't sell yet, you wouldn't sell yet, you still wouldn't sell yet until it started to angle down. And that's what happens when the green line starts to angle down and you start to lose money. So that can determine, this right here is my third favorite indicator because it shows the direction that it's going. It also shows long term when it's going to close for swing trading. And then this is the RSI. This determines if it's a good buy or not. So let's just say if it's anywhere below 40 RSI, it's a good buy. And if it's anything above 60 RSI, it's a good sell. So let's just say that it confirmed all of these indicators. I'm going to tell you what that means. It confirmed all of these indicators before, and it's looking like it's going to reverse. Starts to reverse, you get a breakout indicator that's up. Boom, you have made money. But see, these breakout indicators, they indicate changes of direction, up, mostly up. So you can see here, it broke up, and there's usually a really big spike of volume. That's what triggers that breakout indicator. And so yeah, and this is the Mesa sine wave. I literally just got this the other day, and it's really helpful because it determines when there's going to be a break, up or down. You can't tell which direction it's going to go because look at you can see it's already at the bottom. It looked like it was going to break up, but literally it went up and the entire stock went down. And it kept on going down, and then it broke up, and then it did 20% that day. So it's literally just a breaking indicator. It tells when it breaks. Okay, now this one's kind of hard. This is Woody's CCI, and this basically shows what direction it's going, if it has potential, and this might be the most important indicator overall. No, it's the third most important indicator. These two are first because literally direction is all swing trading is. So you can see here it's in the red, and in the red you don't buy. In the red you don't buy. Now see these gray things? Those mean that they're going to continue on the trend, and then the yellow bar is a determining bar. So that means that there's going to be a break up or down. Now they're not really sure, but that just means a determining bar. So now you can see last night I was looking at it, looking at you guys, and I got, there was a yellow candle actually last night there was a yellow candle determining its direction. So then I thought, oh no, and then there's also a break. But now it looks like it broke up, which means it's going to continue on its upward trend. Give me a second. All right, sorry. All right. So if we look at this, so that's the terminology. those are all the indicators that I use. And this is the ladder. I like to call it the ladder, but it's really just active trader. And you can place orders and sell orders on here. Now it's just a quick way determining. And then I have news, live news down here about the ETF or stock that you're trading. And then I have the level 2, which shows me if the buyers or sellers are winning at that moment. So I can determine that. So now let me teach you how to swing trade. So now that we have everything, you're going to want to look for an indicator. You're going to want to look for a stock that just passed the 15 EMA. So you can see it got rejected, 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 and then it just got on top of it. So that means it confirmed its direction up. And then you basically sell at the nearest resistance point, which, I mean, I would sell up here, but I actually had a really, really good return the other day. So, I actually had a really, really good return the past few days. So I decided to get out just because I like money and I like to secure my profits. But you can see that this would have been a really, really good swing trade if you just let it go all the way up here. And right here, that's still 14% gains. So you sell at the nearest resistance line, which is this. Then if it gets past this, it's making new highs. And you basically sell when it determines a breakout or it's oversold. So, yeah, that's basically how you swing trade. Also, I like to have like news behind it, like 50% news, 50% indicators. So if there's a news article or there's earnings coming out, I like to have that too. But there doesn't need to have for all my really, really good trades, there's some news behind it. Like the only reason why this is pumping up is because oil, which is natural gas is made from oil. It's they stopped their trade war on each other. So Russia and Saudi Arabia. So that's why it went up that other day. But besides that, it did a really good job. So, yeah, that's how you swing trade for pretty much way beginners. So thank you for watching. In the description, got the hedge fund, got the Discord, and I got the free trading course. It's 100% free, so don't worry about it.